Good day, everyone. Greetings from Melbourne, Australia. So I hope you can hear me. Good afternoon. Very good. Great. So great to say. So we're looking forward to having about 400 people joining from all over the world, which is great. So I'll start with a bit of my introduction first during that time. Hopefully, more of the colleagues can join from around the world. So it's great to see that's happening. I'm hoping that all of you are keeping yourself, your loved ones well and safe in the places where you're living. We're certainly in a difficult situation. Very good. So just a brief introduction about myself. My name is Tayyab Maqsood. I'm an associate professor of project management here in the School of Property Construction and Project Management. I'm also a head of project management discipline, and we refer to these as associate dean. So that is my leadership role. And I manage the team of academics who work with me in the project management discipline. You probably, I think it's good for you to know that RMIT, as far as I know, in Australian context, is the only university where project management exists as a discipline and department, and where other universities, they will have just one program. But we have a full discipline or a department dedicated to project management. So we are doing this for the last 30 years, and have been going steadily and cementing our position in the project management area in Australia and internationally. So to start with, because we exist as a discipline, we have our discipline vision. So I would like to start with that. And our vision is that we want to recognize as a world-leading community of students, educators, researchers, and practitioners. So we don't want anybody to be left out. We are part of it together. And we cultivate project management discipline or capabilities and advance the discipline to facilitate successful projects. So this is our guiding vision. So before just getting straight into the program, which you want to know about, I think it's very important to know that how that program is housed, how this program is being part of a bigger picture. And that's where you will say that how that program is supported. And that is one of the key differentiator that we have got from our competitors. So it is one of its kind globally. There's no doubts about that. We have 16 full-time staff members, and it is again unheard of in a project management context where you see the other universities run their business in project management through 4 or 5 people. So we are well established over a longer period of time. It has taken a while to set this thing up and to pick the best staff from around the world, which are specialists in this area. So in this discipline, we have different teaching programs. One is the very popular undergraduate project management program, which again is very few around the world, only one in Victoria and only one of the 3 in Australia. And then the other programs that we were going to be talking about today, and that's why we're here for, and that is the Master of Project Management and Graduate Certificate and Graduate Diploma in Project Management, which we also offer online as well. We have total number of students at this point, 800, which is again a reasonable number that we have, and makes us one of the larger discipline in project management. Now, as you probably see, and I can see when there are 400 people on this webinar, obviously there is an interest among the community to know and learn more about project management, and also from the students from around the world, and it is growing rapidly. And one thing that I would like you to remember and talk about, but telling students when they make a decision between they go for Master of Project Management or going for MBI or other computing programs, is that why the project management has become very common these days and it's growing rapidly. And one of those reasons is that all those companies which are non-project based, like big retail companies, Coles, Mar, or manufacturing companies, all car manufacturing companies, they do every initiative as a project, and they separate this project out of their business. They put a budget to it, they put people to it, and see what happens. And once this is successful, it becomes their regular line of business. And that is why you would say the projects are happening in almost every industry around the world, in every corner. So in retail, in finance, banking, agriculture, even the zoo, any pharmaceutical, construction, obviously, and IT is by default the project-based anyway. But all other business which are non-project based also type projects or also do projects. And hence there's a need to manage those projects. And that's some of the statistics that are put forward, that there's increased demand about these roles in Australia as well as worldwide. Now, I try to establish that why the project management is becoming very popular and unique these days, and has been now for last, I think definitely for last 7-8 years, as we have seen our numbers doubled and tripled. So then at RMIT, what makes us special? I want to talk about that. So one thing is that you can provide this advice to your prospective students that they can choose project management as a career. And then why RMIT? So that's the things I'm going to talk about. As I have seen, we will work for our students to make opportunities for them in the industry. We have seen our graduate has gone into construction industry. Obviously, is the big place where our graduate get absorbed, and then the non-construction side. So I've seen people going into Australia Post, which is again just a regular business. We've seen in Coles, we've seen in the law, in the Justice Department. So obviously health, change management. So all those unique areas where the project management was not that common before, now is becoming common, and there's more and more appetite from these areas and the need for project professionals. Now at RMIT, I'm sure you know this from your experience, and you might have seen my other colleagues in the same school as doing this, that we have a very state-of-art learning spaces. And they are customized, they are modern facilities, and that they encourage collaboration among the students. They create that atmosphere of collaboration where the students would like to be staying and working together. And we are very proud of that, what we are doing at RMIT. Now, we have a very careful and balanced approach to this Master of Project Management. And without naming other universities, if you go dig deeper in that, you would say that They would have 5 courses related to project management, and then student can do 7 and 8 electives doing anything. Well, that's not the case with us, because we have that critical mass of staff that we can actually offer each course related to project management. And when I talk to some of my students and say, hey, why did you choose us? These things comes up again and again when they say, while they were searching through different programs around the world, they saw that our program is unique, that every course is project management oriented. And we're just not offering certain key courses and everything else is elective. Even we have a choice as an elective, but they are also provide the project management context and flavor. So this diagram that you see is the heart of what we do, which means we develop a technical skills and soft skills. So the project management is an art as well as a science. So we recognize that, and we try to have a balance between the technical side of project management. I don't want to go into more than that. And then the softer skills that we actually teach students in terms of the leadership and teamwork and the negotiation. So what we offer is a good set of project management programs. We say one stream, we say generic. Okay, so if you do not want to choose any specialization, you can take a generic stream. All right, in generic stream, our approach is to touch upon as many industries as possible. So during the course of the program, which is the 2 years program, we would have talked about project management in most industries. So in Australian context, there are 19 different industries. So we're trying to develop a curriculum to cater for the cases and example from those 19 different industries, and we are adding new examples every day. It doesn't mean that every course would have all 19 examples. It means that over the course of the full program, students will be exposed to the variety of project management areas. If you want to specialize, then we have an engineering stream. We have information technology stream, IT, and then we have a post-disaster project management stream. So most students, they take a generic stream. So if you come from business, economics, marketing, sales, or health background, generic stream is really good. If you come from the engineering background, it could be civil engineering and mechanical engineering or electrical or telecommunication, then generic stream is very good. But there is an opportunity that you can continue with the engineering stream as well. And then again, with the IT, if you have an IT background, yeah, it's quite natural to opt for our IT specialization in project management. And if you're working in the NGO and the aid and relief sector and post-disaster and reconstruction area, then the post-disaster project management is our stream, and that is also becoming popular among the students coming from the developing countries. Now, I won't be able to go through each of the stream with you, but I will go through with the our generic stream. So it's a 2-year program, and first year we offer 8 courses. So I'm sure you're okay with the terminology. So the course is one single subject or module, as you can say in your area, in your country. We say a course, so it runs for 12 weeks. It could be an intensive, runs over a couple of weekends. Now, first 4 courses forms also a graduate certificate. And the second set of the courses together with the first set makes the graduate diploma. Now, these two are very hands-on program, developing skills that students need to learn to actually start practicing project management in their first year. So we start with the introduction to project management and project management techniques and quality and the leadership aspect in teams, moving on to the risk and finance part. Now, there are very quite regular courses that you will find out in any other program around the world. You need to have them. But then there are other specialized courses, which are very unique to us. For example, this project initiation management. I have not been able to say many courses around in the different universities that cater for the front-end project management. So we hired a specialist 8 years ago who has a PhD in this area, and he is running this course. Then the course like information and technology management is also unheard of in project management context. So this is the IT tools and techniques for project management. Is a very unique course, very unique to our master project management. After first year, the second year actually now develops more critical thinking skills and more self-study requirements there, because we start talking about research. And that's where the students who really want to grow in their role in their organizations and move up the ladder, they opt for the full master program. And research is a key thing there. So they learn about how to conduct the research, how to understand the literature, work done in the past, and how to actually synthesize a body of work and present the argument. And then getting them to have a second soft skill course about project leadership, and then moving on to the advanced project risk management. Again, this is a unique program that it has got 2 risk courses. One I've shown you previously. Roughly, we say risk 1 and risk 2. Again, we teach advanced tools and techniques. So advanced project risk management is the area is where I have expertise in, so I teach it myself. So we teach the tools like Monte Carlo simulation, Primavera Planner, Primavera risk analysis. Again, not very commonly taught in used in the other universities. The students then have a choice to take an industry investigation route, or they can take a research route. It's up to them. Yeah. If they want to do an industry project investigation, they have to finish project management practice. And if they want to get to the research route, which can give them a further foot into the PhD, as we say, there are some students who want to have a long-term objective of doing a PhD, they do this research stream. So they have to do research investigation 1, and they have to do the research investigation 2. And obviously, we get more numbers, the students taking the industry stream, but we get a good reasonable number of students doing the research investigation technique. So we encourage students to choose what they like. During the first year, during the end of their first year, we run sessions and explain how these 2 streams work and what they can expect if they take the industry stream or the research stream. Now, I've mentioned about some key points during my presentation that how it differentiate us. Differentiation is also a key strategy of our discipline. As you would say, there is a mushroom growth or a lot of growth of master project management. And every other institution, there seems to be offering that now, colleges even. So the strategy for us is to actually differentiate. And differentiation comes through our staff, that we have handpicked them from around the world. Differentiation comes by having a discipline or a department here at RMIT. The research that we carry out, so we're just not teaching, but all staff is research active, and they produce a state-of-art research, a well-crafted research in their area of expertise. And that's again sets us apart. And our research is recognized at level 4 in Australia, which is the maximum that in project management in our area that any university has got. This is out of 5. Nobody's got 5, and we sit at 4. So now as I said, we have a good focus through our assessment on critical thinking and problem solving. The staff is a key to this all. They're very approachable. They have one common goal, and that is the student satisfaction. So our student satisfaction very much easily can go above 80. For some courses, it definitely ranks in 90s. So all in all, I can tell you that the students come very satisfied out of this program. Now, this is general RMIT ranking, and obviously, I'm sure that you get this sort of a data all the time. And obviously, with the 5-star for excellence in employability, teaching facilities, and engagement, internationalization, and especially in built environment, we are, I think we have further improved than 28. Now come to the external validation, which is very important. Now, again, in the state of Victoria, where we are located, we are the only university in the program which has got 3 accreditations from external professional bodies. The first one is the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyor. Second one is the Project Management Institute. And the third one is the local one from the Australian Institute of Project Management. So I think the staff and the students, they produce really good work, that there is a very strong external recognition of the quality of our program. So I'm sure this should go, you should be able to talk about this in your pitch to the prospective students. And I'm sure there are only very few universities around the world and in Australia that is able to maintain their accreditation from 3 different professional bodies. And this doesn't happen overnight. This is years and years of work that gone behind the scenes and building up to this to be recognized by these 3 different leading professional bodies around the world. Now, the other highlights we have got is, again, makes us very unique that we are probably the only university that have a project management student society. Again, it's unheard of, but again, we have a critical mass that we can support that. So the students, obviously through the staff help, they were able to create the project management chapter. And there is a president, there is a vice president, there's a treasurer, there's a general secretary. And then they run their events, obviously, through our help, and we provide them with some budget. And that's a good experience for the students to get involved, volunteer. And then, because they have a good connection with the industry while they're doing the events, that has become a good conduit between them and the industry, which then enable them to secure some roles with the industry partners. We have a computer lab dedicated to our students. Our other highlight is our annual industry nights, where we invite the industry to join us to celebrate the ending of the graduation, not the formal graduation that happens at RMIT, but from our perspective, when they finish their semester, we bring the industry and students together. This is our annual connection with the industry, and in which they will provide the awards to the high achieving students. And this is going on for last 11 years and been very successful to keep our relationship with the industry. And in that industry night, there are a lot of movement happens from the industry moving through with the student work. Students are actually put up their work and then this is the source of either the interview or work in future. We also do our in-house career days. Obviously, we can't do it this time. Usually in March we do one, and in August we do another. Industry, they come in our school and they set up their stalls, and they have their staff coming, and they talk about the students, what they do in their company, and how the students can join them and their graduate programs and things like that. That is very successful 2 events a year that we do. We have a very strong ongoing collaboration with Project Management Institute. If you know about that, it's a major player in project management. And in their Melbourne chapter, we have this partnership going 2012, and it's going really strong even now. So one of my strategy is that one of my staff member also become or take part very strongly and become a board member all the way through. So we get a very good collaboration through this chapter. They invite our student to their events. That becomes a fabulous networking opportunities. And I've seen many connection students and further follow-up in the industry, which has resulted in jobs. And we have, from last 2 years, we have now started our collaboration with AIPM, Australian Institute of Project Management, and the same effect that we are having with the Project Management Institute. The underlying industry connection that we have got is what we say the Employer of Choice program. If you've been through our construction property programs, you know a bit about this program. Now, this program caters for the whole school, and we like to have the employers from different background sign up to this program. The idea of this program is that they get a preferential access to our student. They can advertise their jobs, short-term jobs, long-term jobs with us first. That saves them with some HR costs and issues like that as well. They get access on a very good, high-quality graduates. And it is growing. We started with 20 odd employer of choice, the 20 odd employers on board like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, but now we have more than 300. So it just speaks how the industry really likes to be involved in this program. So I just put some couple of examples, big player there. It is available on the link that we have got. So we have the employers from construction background, from the construction area, from property area, and from project management consulting areas as well. So very successful and robust program, and again, one of the key differentiator that we have got. Now, this is the quick rundown on the things that we do. And I'm open for question and answers that you've got, and in that I will bring a little more flavor to the discussion as I see what are the questions that you've got. So I want to thank you all. I've got 343 or 44 people now. So thank you very much for listening to me, and I'm looking for your questions that I can help answer, and that you can take it further to your markets and prospective students. Very good. So you can download the presentation as well. There is no work experience requirement for this program. There is the English requirement. Ari, would you help me to get exactly what is that? It is 5.5 or 6. There is no scholarship as such in this program for international students, because scholarship are worked out more in terms of the research side of things. However, I believe the RMIT was working on a certain initiative where they were able to provide some assistance. So I think Ari would have more information about that because the financial matters are handled centrally. I'm very happy to answer the technical questions around the project management discipline and how we run it. Yes, a difference between engineering and project management. So in engineering side of the project management, we have 4 specific engineering related courses, which goes more into the engineering domain and engineering examples. So they won't talk about IT examples. They won't talk about general health or change management side examples. So for that, we have partnered with our engineering management school. And together, the collaboration, we offer those courses in our stream. So how many backlog is acceptable? Sorry, I didn't understand the question, Ari. Maybe you can decipher it. What does this mean? Work placement. So this is a good question. What I would like to tell you that we do not have a work placement model, or you can say the internship. We have this employer of choice program, and the employers are able to advertise their roles with us, and that has made this quite possible for our students and international students to also gain a short-term jobs and that are maturing into long-term jobs. So if you're gonna ask me what are the job prospects, I think that's really good, much better than any other university that I would have seen. And I've not have anyone coming back to me and says I'm not on job. I have seen students getting a job before they finish and soon after. So I usually, if I get anybody coming and talk to me, I say, give yourself 3 to 4 months, maximum 6 months, and then come back to me, and then I will connect you somewhere. And that thing, the person has never come back to me, which means when I follow up on LinkedIn, I can see that they are in a certain job, relevant job. So it all depends on the personality on the student as well, which we try to polish a lot through the program. We don't need any portfolio. What we need is the undergraduate, the completion of the undergraduate degree in any discipline. Students coming from the construction management, they go very well with the generic stream. Also from the architecture background, they go very well with the generic stream. Even I usually advise my civil engineering prospective students, and I am a civil engineer myself, that the generic stream is really helpful because it also brings into context other areas, project management, which you are not exposed to during your engineering program. So if you want to diversify, the generic program is the way to go. But some students, I can say, especially from Saudi Arabia or Middle East, I'm not sure if they require it from their funding bodies that they need to have a specialization into engineering, and that's why they actually enroll into engineering program, which is, we welcome that as well. That's right. So Sonia here mentioned a good thing that most engineering students want to opt for courses which are not very technical. Yes, correct. That's why I say that They have done enough engineering. Now it's like to broaden up. By taking project management, they are still within their discipline of engineering. They're not going to go totally out of it, but it's going to expose them to the other skills and knowledge that they need to actually excel in their job. The idea is that this degree program helps them move up the ladder or move up into on their what I say, supply chain or food chain. So I think that's the idea. Yes, student with the Bachelor of Agriculture, yes, they are eligible to apply for this program. And we're trying to accommodate some project management from agricultural point of view. One of my staff is working on a case study to develop that. Yes, if you mean by freshers, that's the students who have just graduated. Yes, if they have completed their bachelor degree, yes, they can apply for generic master project management. Correct. How many years of work experience required for post-disaster project management? We do not need any work experience. But having said that, I would probably advise that a certain number of experience in this area under your belt would be helpful to actually then get a job if there's an interest to find a job in Australia. So the professor, can you share with us what are some example project management that handled by student this year? So students work on diverse projects, especially in their last course, industry project investigation. They are provided an opportunity to pick any kind of project. And so they have picked the IT project, they have picked the infrastructure project, which means either a road or a bridge or a tunnel, or it's basically a stadium that they do with mine. They develop a project around stadium construction or a house construction. There have also been projects around running Commonwealth Games or Olympics or Grand Prix. So it all depends upon the students' interest. They can take a specific projects in their assignments in the area they have expertise in. So I have students doing some nursing or health-related projects when they were doing risk management with mine. Yes, we have students changing stream as well. Students have come to us with a certain stream, like they might be in engineering, and then down the track they find out they want to change it. So we just have to say how we can accommodate that. So they do have to have extra courses done, or what they have done, we can consider them as an elective at a different stream. So this is happening. We don't want to keep the changes to the lighter part, but earlier. So it's good to have first semester and then think of what they want to do, and that's where we see most of the changes. Is there any scholarship for this program? I don't think there's any direct scholarship, but as I said, I believe our international unit was working for some initiatives, which I'm sure Ari and Reshmi can talk about. Students have 6 years experience in science. They can apply. They can definitely apply. And I think people, the prospective student in that, with that experience will have a very good outcome and they follow job prospects. That from Kiran Pak. So there is some question on the question box. No, that's good. Our pathway is coming from obviously our undergraduate program. If somebody is keen to have a pathway that comes through our undergraduate honors project management program, If you do that program, you can get 1 year exemption. So you can finish your project management master program in 1 year if you have completed our undergraduate project management honors program. And if you've done our undergraduate construction management honors program or property honors program, then you will get about 5 or 6 courses exemptions in masters. So a student coming from our construction management program to our master project management program is also very common because they want to upskill into the generic project management area. Any student with architecture can apply, definitely, and I highly recommend that. In my class, I usually say 20–30% they come from the architecture background. The architecture background goes very well with the generic project management and a very successful outcome in terms of the job prospects. Any other question? Say, very good. Yes, we have a study abroad and exchange program. Definitely, we encourage students. So they go through our normal study abroad exchange program, RMIT. We have partners in US, Canada, Sweden, where the students have gone. They can take 1 semester over there. And so we actually welcome students from those countries to RMIT. And we do encourage that and put it up front for the students to perceive. So that's definitely a very, as one of the strengths that we have got here at RMIT, study abroad and exchange program. Thank you very much. So, very good. Thank you. I'm sure that you will be able to take it to your markets and be able to advise your clients or students over there. Personally, I have a complete belief in this program because I have nurtured it myself over the last 9–10 years. We're growing through a team of 5 to 17 now under the leadership of our Dean. So this is something very close to our heart and something that we have a lot of due diligence in improving our culture of improving on day-to-day basis. So we run a very continuous improvement quality aspect on this program, especially on the discipline. Thanks, Sonia. I would welcome you to my class. Please come, feel free to come to my class, We're going online, it seems like. Happy for you to join there. We would, well, Kate Zain, you've got a good question. We would welcome a student from other construction program. They need to be honors program. So please be mindful. If there are other honors programs around the world or even from the Australia, yes, we can explore the credit exemptions. If it's not the honors program, then according to AQF, we can't provide these exemptions. I hope it's clear. So yes, there is some, for our own graduates coming from construction to property program, we already know what they study. So we have the predefined exemptions. And from the other universities, we do not have a predefined, but obviously we can look through it and provide some exemptions. But the degree has to be an honors degree. I hope that's clear. Upasana, good question. At this point, I don't know. I think this is again, central RMIT decision to make. We have allowed students to go back to their home country, and they are taking their classes online through their home countries. Not everybody has taken the opportunity to go back, but there are some students who has gone back and they are continuing to study. It all depends again on the Australian government, how they would like to handle that. So we will go by that. If the situation doesn't really improve, I hope not. I hope it improves soon. There may be options, so I can't guarantee that, but it may be option they can continue from their home country. And we have made a very good quality transformation to online because we were already offering an online program before, so it was not a big steep learning curve in project management. Any student, yes, any student who have completed the bachelor program can apply for the post-disaster project management. Well, thank you very much. So it's very good to talk to you. So hopefully, if you have more questions, then you can pass on to the Arian team, and I'm happy to get back to you. Very good. So thank you very much. Very good.